Walk to the bathroom. I follow you in. And I get on my knees. And I lay my head on your knees. And just start crying. And you ask me what's wrong. And I'm sitting here like, Mom, we need to get out of here. This is what's happening. And he said, just suck it up. He told me to suck it up.
I would never say that.
Then why did you? You're the one that doesn't remember. I do. So why are you
Okay, well, I'm just
making it up?
saying. Do you think I wouldn't take a freaking bullet for you?
Obviously not.
I would.
Obviously not.
You recall her crying and saying, Mom, we have to get out of here? This is what's happening?
No.
Do you recall walking into the living room that day that she's talking about when she was 9? We asked Tammy if she would be willing to take a polygraph to prove to Aubrey that she really didn't know about the abuse. Well, what are the results? How did that all turn out? We'll find out next.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. She faked one pregnancy. Now,
You get this picture.
did she fake another?
You are lying to me. Tell me now what it is.
That's tomorrow.
In an effort to help Tammy prove to Aubrey that she truly didn't know about the ongoing abuse, I invited Jack Tremarco to administer a polygraph exam.
When I first met Tammy this morning when she walked into the room, she was aided by crutches. I asked her if she knew that Aubrey was being molested back when she was a child, and she said no. However, she has since found out. She's afraid that she suppressed some information and just never dealt with it, and that information would come out in the polygraph test and cause her to fail. I explained to her if she's telling 100% truth that she did not know that there was molestations ongoing or that they had occurred, that she would pass the polygraph test.
I just want her to know that I didn't know, and I don't need a polygraph. She knows my honesty.
So, Jack, she declined the test?
She declined the test. When I met her, she walked into the room, she was sobbing, her nose was running, and she was in emotional distress. She had some questions, we talked about it. I asked her if she ever robbed the bank, and she said no. And then when I told her what the issue would be for the polygraph testing, her answer was not direct and spontaneous, and so we discussed how that needed to be 100% sure in her mind, just like she knows she never robbed a bank. It became clear to me that Tammy became more emotional as we discussed it, and said she couldn't talk about it without crying and without being emotional. That was the first disqualifier in this exam.
And so you explained suppressed memories are not the issue here. That's, you either knew it or you didn't. It's like you either robbed a bank or you didn't. And she understood that fully and completely.
Yeah, Tammy understood that, and then she went off to be with a relative to discuss what I'd said. And, you know, the fact that she pointed out to me that she'd had surgery a week ago and that she was a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being horrific pain, and she was on crutches. So between her emotions and the fact that I need a person, Dr. Phil, to breathe normally and to listen and then answer the questions appropriately, with her emotions and her crying and her sneezing and wheezing, and it just wasn't gonna happen.
In the last bit of that tape, you're obviously upset, but you said, I don't need to take this. She knows my honesty.
She does.
Is that true?
If I knew, we wouldn't be here.
What Aubrey says she really needs from her mother when we come back.
You say, how long are you going to punish me for this? How long are you going to make me feel guilty? How long do I have to go through this? I'm not punishing you for anything, and I have not punished you for anything.
I think she wants something I don't know what it is that I can't give her.
We asked you to talk to us about Aubrey, and you said that she's emotionally exhausting. You said you apologized once in therapy and on 2 other occasions, but it's just not good enough. Right?
Correct.
Do you think she needs something from you that she's not getting? Or do you think she's just being melodramatic about all this?
She's not being melodramatic. Would never say that. I think she wants something I don't know what it is that I can't give her. And I don't know. I've given her the apology. I've gone to therapy with her. I don't know what she needs.
What you're saying is you don't think she's lying,
No.
but that this 13 years or whatever period of time it was, extended number of years, that you were raped and beaten and abused and terrorized and brainwashed and controlled by this man to the point that you had a functional blindness, and this never registered in your brain. As clear as it may look looking back, and as authentic as her accounts are, and the fact that he clearly did it and is in jail for it, you're saying, I have no recollections of these things, so I can't genuinely and authentically explain to her why I didn't react to something because I don't remember it happening. I get your position.
Yes.
And what do you need from her that you're not getting?
I just want her to admit that she just messed up and apologize for it, and we can get on with it. But until then, I can't get over it. I'm stuck.
I have apologized.
You've
Aubrey.
apologized for it happening. You haven't apologized for you letting it happen. You say, I'm sorry he did this to you. I'm sorry this happened. But never once have you said, I'm sorry that I wasn't there, and I'm sorry that I let this happen to you.
Yes, I did. I said, I'm sorry, Aubrey, that I was if I was so busy that I missed out on all that stuff, that he took that away from us.
But see, in your acknowledgement is an excuse. You're saying, I'm sorry that I was so busy. She's not asking you to excuse your behavior. She's not even asking you to be accountable for it. She's just asking you to acknowledge that it occurred. What she is asking you to say and mean is the prime directive of a mother is to protect and nurture their child. And I failed to do that. I failed to do that. And I will be sorry for the rest of my life, but I failed to do that.
I have told her that I failed. I failed everything.
But when you say it, you say, how long are you going to punish me for this? How long are you going to make me feel guilty? How long do I have to go through this? I'm not punishing you for anything, and I have not punished you for anything. You're taking it out on yourself.
Because I failed you. I left a monster in.
That's all you have to say to me. I don't need an excuse.
I'm not giving you an excuse.
You
I've
have.
told you that I have failed you, Aubrey. I took away your whole life.
It wasn't you that took it away. You just didn't prevent it.
But I don't feel that, and I never will. I will always feel like it's my fault.
Then you understand I'm not punishing you. It's you that's punishing you.
You're right.
She just needs to hear you say and mean, for whatever reason, I did not protect you, and I get that, and I am truly sorry. No excuse, no explanation. That was my job. I didn't do it. I'm sorry. True?
True.
It's that simple.
I didn't do my job, Aubrey, and I'm sorry.
It feels like I waited so hard and tried so hard for it. And now that it's here, I just don't feel anything from it.
Can I give you a final piece of advice? Want to know what's coming up on Dr. Phil? Visit our website and subscribe to our email newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, life strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else.
Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today.
There comes a time when you have to let the past be the past. There comes a time that you have to forgive your mother for any and all of her flaws, fallacies, and failings. And forgiveness is a choice. Your challenge is to look this woman in the eye who, like you, was a victim, who, like you, was brutalized. The point comes when you have to look her in the eye and say, I forgive you. I forgive you for you, I forgive you for me, but I forgive you. I don't want to spend the rest of our life feeling guilty or being angry about what has happened.
And that's my biggest issue, is the anger. I feel I've already forgiven her before she's even apologized, but now I have all this built-up anger. What do I do with it?
There is very specialized care that has been developed for survivors of rape and molestation, and I will personally arrange that for you. Okay? And I will personally arrange that for you. You can't give her what you don't have, and he took something away from you, just like he did from her. And you can't be all of her mother without being all of who you are. And you need that help as well. You may think you don't deserve it, but you need it.
You read my mind.
Let me get you that help. Will you let me make a gift of that to you? And do it. I mean, do it. And you will do this. I want a very happy update from you two at some point in the future, hopefully not too far. All right? I want to thank all of my guests today. A special thanks to Jack Tremarco. We'll see you next time.